Hello guys, welcome back to the Civil Engineering YouTube channel. Please subscribe our channel for daily civil engineering videos. Today our topic is about the conjugate beam method. Conjugate beam method is used to find the deflection of beams. So in this lecture we are going to show how we draw the conjugate beam from the real beam. Drawing the conjugate beam from the real beam. This is our today topic. The real beams are given to us and we want to draw the conjugate beam from the corresponding real beams, because we need the conjugate beam so that to find the deflection. So I will also draw the conjugate beam from the respective real beams, and then I will also show you some of the example how to draw the conjugate beam from the real beams in detail. So to draw the conjugate beam from the real beam, there are some rules which we have to follow. Like the first rule is, if we are provided the beam with the hinge support at the end of the beam, so in the conjugate, the hinge support will remain the hinge. So no changes in this figure. The same. But in the real beams, there are two types of things. One is the deflection and one is the slope. While in conjugate beam, they are moment and the shear force. So at the hinge support, the deflection is equal to 0. But the slope is not equal to 0, right? It deflected in this way. So the slope is not equal to 0. So in the conjugate beam, we have the same one. The deflection is 0, so the moment will be 0. The slope is not equal to 0, so the shear force will not be equal to 0. The other one is the roller support. In case of the roller support, we have the same geometry, we have the same shape of the beam. So this is the roller support. So again, in the conjugate beam, we get the same shape. The roller support at the end of the beam is represented by the roller support at the end of the beam. So in this case, the deflection is also equal to 0 at the roller support, while the slope is not equal to 0, because it will also deflect in this way. So it will have slope. Similarly, the moment the deflection is 0, so the moment is 0. The slope is not equal to 0, so shear force is not equal to 0. The other one is the fixed support. In the case of the fixed support is replaced by the free end. Now this can be drawn in a different way. You can see here there is a free end, while in this case it was a fixed support. So in real beam, the fixed support is changed to the free end. So the fixed support has the deflection equal to 0 and the slope also equal to 0, because it deflects from in this way. So the slope and deflection are equal to 0. So similarly in this case, the moment in the shear force will also equal to 0. Right? Now the other thing is, the other example is like the free end. So if you have free end at the beam, so the free end is being replaced by the fixed support. So you can see here the free end is changed into fixed support in the conjugate beam. Similarly, the deflection is not equal to 0 in this case, and the slope is also not equal to 0. So we have the moment is not equal to 0 here, and similarly the shear force is not equal to 0. If you beams with the interior support like the hinge or roller support at the middle of the beam, so it will be replaced into the internal hinge. So here we have deflection equal to 0, but the slope is not equal to 0 here. Similarly, the moment will be equal to 0 here, and shear force is not equal to 0. The moment and shear force will be the same as the deflection and the slope at the real beams. The other one is, the last one is the internal hinge. If you internal hinge at the mid of the beam, so it is replaced by the supports, the interior supports in the beam. As you can see here, the interior support is replaced by the internal hinge, and the internal hinge in the beam is replaced by the interior support. Now here in the internal hinge, we have this deflection is not equal to 0 and the slope is also not equal to 0. So interior support will also have the moment not equal to 0, as well as the shear force not equal to 0. So these are the conjugate beams to the corresponding real beams. That how we draw the conjugate beam from the real beams is we need this for the deflection of beam by the conjugate beam method. Now I will show you some of the various types of beam, that how we draw the conjugate beam from a real beam. So these are the different real beams, and now we want to draw their conjugate beam. So this is a simply supported beam. So I show you that the hinge support at the end of the beam is not replaced by any other. By more question. So as I show you that how we draw the conjugate beam from the real beams, so these are some of the example which I want to clarify it in more detail. So this is a simply supported beam, a hinge and the roller support. So to draw its conjugate beam, so the hinge support at the end of the beam is being replaced with the same hinge support as I show you previously. So the roller support is being replaced similarly by the roller support. So there is no change in the real and the conjugate beam. Now consider the other case in which we have three supports, two at the ends and one at the center. So the end support is not changed if they are hinge or roller support, but the roller support here, interior support, is being replaced by the internal hinge. So this is the internal hinge and this is interior support. So interior support is being changed to the internal hinge. Now the other one is the fixed support. We know that the fixed support is changed to the fixed support is changed to the free support, and the roller support at the end of the beam is being replaced by the similar roller support. Now the other one is the hinge support at the end of the beam. So the hinge support is being replaced with the hinge support because we are at the end of the beam and we have the internal hinge at the mid of the beam. So internal hinge is being replaced by the interior support, and the fixed end at the end of the beam is being replaced by the free end. So these are some of the example which I want to show you that how we draw the conjugate beam from the respective real beams. Just you to mention that interior supports are always changed to the internal hinge while they are at the center of the beam, while the hinge and roller support at the ends of the beam are not replaced by any other things, but they are remain same when they are at the end of the beam. And the fixed support, where you see the fixed support, it is always replaced by the free end. Similarly, where you see the fixed support, it is replaced by the free end. And where you see the free end, it will be replaced by the fixed support. Hope you guys understand that how we draw the conjugate beam from the real beams. And don't forget to subscribe my channel for daily civil engineering videos. Thank you for watching my video.